breaking news from KCTV5 News.
And that breaking news here at 6 o'clock. Late today, we learned a federal investigation is underway into a deadly police shooting in Overland Park in 2018.
It involves the death of 17-year-old John Albers. Investigative reporter Angie Rocono has more on the investigation, which has some now arguing state laws need to change.
The FBI is confirming a civil rights investigation is underway. Before we go any further, this is what John Albers' mother, Sheila, has to say.
It means facts. It means evidence. It means truth. It means peace for my husband and I and John's brothers. It also means that city government and local DAs have to be transparent with their communities, and that is not okay to hide evidence and facts.
The family of John Albers has fought for crisis training for officers. That will now take place, but it comes after their son's death. One of the officers who responded that night on a mental health call fired 13 rounds into the minivan driven by John. He did not survive. John's parents questioned the decision to not bring charges, but they can never get investigative records. They are fighting to change that law. They argue Overland Park lacked transparency and accountability. That argument was recently underscored when it became public that an officer was given a severance package of $70 grand. Officer Clayton Jennison retained his peace officer's license. So here's a look at what happened when I dug in and tried to ask for emails. Remember, these are public records. I was told it would cost anywhere between $34,000 to $38,000. The difference in cost was if I wanted those emails printed or shared electronically. And to collect those open records, it would take 131 weeks of review. And that is not a typo, 131 weeks. That's 2.5 years. You can bet those federal agents will have much better access to those records. And the city has responded, saying they promise to fully cooperate with this investigation. Reporting from the FBI, Angie Rocono, KCTV5 News.
John Albers was just 17. In January of 2018, Overland Park police were called to his home by his friends. They were concerned he was suicidal. John tried to leave in his parents' minivan. Overland Park police officer Clayton Jennison fired 13 shots as John left. He didn't survive.
I'm John's mom, and I'm going to get justice for my son.
Sheila Albers has battled for information in her son's death, requesting investigative reports and statements. She never got them, just that no charges would be filed.
Holy cow.
Today's news was overwhelming.
It means facts. It means evidence. It means truth. It means peace for my husband and I and John's brothers. It also means that city government and local DAs have to be transparent with their communities, and that is not okay to hide evidence and facts.
Overland Park has been in a harsh spotlight since the public recently learned the officer, who kept his peace officer's license, was paid $70 grand in a severance package.
We need to learn from...
The city held a press conference, which was the illusion of transparency.
Why not release the paperwork regarding his severance? Did he sign a non-disclosure agreement?
First of all, this is a personnel matter, so we don't typically...
more transparent.
But we
correct?
don't typically release those.
Sure, but this is a special circumstance, right? You've got all of us here because you want to be transparent.
The city defended its actions as a business decision. Much has changed since John's death. All Overland Park police officers are now required to have crisis training. That wasn't the case in 2018. John's family is now pushing for legislation to compel decision makers to reveal final investigative reports and information in police shootings. KCTV5 has witnessed firsthand how difficult it can be to get open records. We wanted to review emails concerning this case, which had been closed. This is public information. We were told it would cost anywhere between $34,000 to $38,000. The difference in cost was if emails were printed or shared electronically. And to collect those open records, it would take 131 weeks of review. That's not a typo. 131 weeks. That's 2.5 years.